levels of variation. I'll even say that The Last of Us, with its zombie variation, basically making them all the crew of the second Pirates movie, was fine by me. Because there was a variation of them. They could hear you, but they couldn't see you.
Yeah, I like that. Kind of like, I just like that whole mechanic of, as the zombie ages, it grows more grotesque and essentially evolves. And I thought that was an interesting take because you don't really consider the idea of zombie evolution in that genre.
Yeah, I mean, again, Resident Evil did, where they basically say, because when you play the remake that came out for the GameCube and it just recently came out on PS4, they actually added a mechanic that was built in the books, like the books that they would hire an author out to do, and that was the Crimson Head, where if you killed a zombie, the body would stay there.
Oh, interesting.
And it would stay there for a good hour or so game time, and so you had two options. You could burn the body, which would waste kerosene, and since it's a survival horror game, you don't want to waste resources. Or, after about an hour's worth of game time... Sorry, I'm killing beer bottles, I don't care. It would turn into what's called a Crimson Head, which is basically a more violent version. It actually has claws, it has a violent-looking red face, and it runs at you.
So essentially, you're choosing to either save resources and run for your life, or discard your resources to not die.
But see, here's the thing: like the way game time would work in Resident Evil is like you had to pass through this room so many times. So as a survival horror, you had to actually time out your, like, I've gone to this room this many times. If I go in there one more time, it's going to Crimson Head, and I'm going to have an issue because that's going to be, you have to kill the Crimson Head. It will kill you. So at that point, there's a bigger issue. You're going to waste ammo killing this thing.
Oh man, that just sounds... I just no.
But that's one of the reasons why I like Resident Evil even to this day, where they still have these weird variations on different types of zombies. And that's really my complaint with a lot of the Walking Dead, Night of the Living Dead kind of thing. It's just zombies, more zombies.
It's just like a strip house?
Yes.
Oh.
Because why not?
Like, that's so sexy.
I hate to warn people here, but I think there's a stripper that's missing a lot of her glitter. Oh, wait. Could this be actually where Edward Cullen dies?
Yay!
Yay! Wow, we both cheered that. I was almost afraid I was going to offend you on that.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
It's like one of those things where I don't know everything about you, Brinton, so at that point, that could have ended horribly.
You know what? I think by the end of this, I would hope you got to know me a little bit better.
That's actually one of the questions. And so here's the thing, too. We're still wanting Q&A questions from you guys. So continue to submit them to geekyweek@gmail.com. But also, we're going to ask some of those questions right here and now. That do get asked a lot, and we could probably approach while we're talking.
Oh, gosh.
One of which is, how long have you guys known each other? Because it doesn't sound like you're lifelong friends like, say, me and Alex. So shall you break the news to people, or shall I?
Yeah.
That's not really the case.
Well, I'll break the news. We're engaged!
Oh my gosh! Andrea can't hear that. Andrea, did you hear that? No, she didn't hear that. We're good.
Okay, good. So I got the divorce papers already for you. And I'm adopting your daughter.
Okay, all right. Are you going to Geekify her? Then, if you are, then we're fine.
Yeah, well, why would I not?
Exactly.
Yeah, so, no. I'm gonna, sorry. That is a joke. Please do not run with that. But,
And in Brinton's statement, 1,000 fanfics were written.
Oh boy. You should, have you watched the Versus channel with, like, Tyler Cedarwall and Josh Jepsen?
What's the actual channel name?
It's called Versus.
Versus channel?
Yeah.
I may have seen a video here and there, but I don't, like, actively follow it.
So a lot of their fans ship them, even though, like, they're both as heterosexual as it gets, and Josh is married.
Well,
and,
I mean, You've heard of the Grump shipping, right? Where Aaron and Danny from the Game Grumps, they're constantly shipped.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Well, somebody wrote a fan fiction of Josh and Tyler, and it's called 50 Shades of Verses. And it was the most, and
let's go there.
I'm going there. And so they did like a versus animated, and then at the end of one of them, they started reading a portion of this fan fiction.
Oh no.
And so then Tyler was like, if we get over 5,000 likes, we'll finish the fan fiction, which they naturally did. So they finished it, and it was the most raunchiest thing I have ever had the displeasure of listening to. It was so bad.
Now, Brinton, you have to look forward to the concept that might happen here.
Oh goody. Oh,
and
goody,
Andrea
goody.
will kill us both.
Yeah, because...
Sorry, I'm just being Mr. Completionist at the moment, because I know that there are red orbs around that I can grab.
But to actually answer the question, I think the first time I actually talked to you was at the Zelda Symphony back in October.
Alex tends to make the argument that we had spoken before that. I'm not sure where, though.
I remember approaching you at the Zelda Symphony and saying to you I would like to do a collaborative project.
Yeah.
And well, obviously it's happening now 7 months later.
Well, that's not new for me. I mean, it takes forever for me to get to anything.
Oh, and that's fine, and I'm glad I've been able to join the podcast since then because it's been so much fun, and I've been really enjoying getting to know you and Aldo and Romney and reconnecting with Alex again.
Yeah.
I would like to further answer the question. I've known Alex longer, just because I met him when I had started high school, when he was like the club president for the Anime Club at Alta, and since then, Alex and I have been pretty good friends. I mean, of course, I lost connection with a lot of people because of like my mission being gone those 2 years.
That's actually how we got recommended to each other. Is he introduced us at the Zelda Symphony.
Right.
He literally pulled me aside. He's like, there's a guy I want you to meet. He's a fan of the channel and all that. And so that's literally how it went. We met through Alex. Alex the Shadow Blazer, for those who don't know. But if you don't know, I don't know where you've been. Welcome. You must be new here.
Yeah, welcome. Welcome to Drac 2326. I'm Brinton. My channel.
You're not Drac. No, yeah.
I could be.
You could. Don't do that. No. All right, I'm gonna halt the conversation really quick, and then we'll get back to it. But here's another funny cutscene that I just want to show off to you.
Okay, perfect.
So, this is basically what you do in Devil May Cry, which is similar to what you do in Bayonetta. They just took a different angle.
Okay.
Well, look at that. That's a big dog.
Hi, Fido. My name's Dante. Love me forever?
You could be so much cuter if you were in chibi form!
Love me long time?
We love you long time!
Ooh, I like how he has like 3 different eyes. Oh, and it talks. Of course it does. I wouldn't expect anything less from a 3-headed dog.
Well, demons, duh.
You know, in a dog show, you definitely take first place.
Oh,
and of course, you see this giant enormous dog, the first thing you do is insult it.
Oh, yeah, why not?
Oh!
Easy, Fido.
Yes! 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 Yes, let's antagonize the 3-headed demon dog because that's
the thing that shot ice at you.
Because I mean that's entirely appropriate and a smart idea.
And of course we have to get into our Power Ranger stance. Okay, so back to the statement here because we're now fighting Cerberus.
Oh yeah, that's what it's called. I couldn't remember what the 3-headed dog is called in mythology.
I had to clarify this to Alex and Andrea one time. I'm like, no, it's not called Fluffy. It's Cerberus, damn it!
A friend yesterday, she's reading through all the Harry Potter books for the first time. Like, she's seen all the movies, so she knows what's gonna happen. But yesterday she was like, Dumbledore died. And I was like, yes, that was a thing that happened. And she's
Yes,
like,
it was.
and she's like, no, but I read it for the first time. And I cried for 2 hours, and I got exhausted from crying. And I was like, you poor soul.
I'm not gonna hold that against her, because the book version of it is way better than the movie.
Oh, absolutely. So I tweeted J.K. Rowling and asked her what day Dumbledore died, because I was like, we should hold a candlelight vigil for Dumbledore.
which JK would probably have no issue with.
Oh no, absolutely not.
I will have to double check with my wife because there was probably a Pottermore initiative that we missed where she got the Harry Potter community together to do just that.
Because I figured out pretty quickly that it would have been 1997 when Dumbledore was killed by Snape, but I just couldn't pinpoint exactly what day or month.
I know Andreas told me the timeline of the Harry Potter books a while ago, but I'm just used to when they came out.
Right.
Because they do make modern references in those books, so time is kind of hard to keep track of.
Yeah, there was somebody a long time ago who figured out, based on some information from book 2, that the story takes place in the 90s.
Okay.
So
that would make a little bit more sense.
Yeah, so
we're still there.
Yeah, so the Battle of Hogwarts supposedly took place May of 1998.
Okay.
And 19 years later is supposed to 16 or 19 years later is supposed to be taking place now in our time, which is when this the play The Cursed Child is supposed to be taking place.
Gotcha. Okay, so I'm going to stop you really quick because this is basically, you're used to this mechanic with Bayonetta, but it's done differently with Demon and Angel Souls and stuff like that.
Okay.
Here is what Dante basically does. He kills demons.
Okay.
And he inherits their power in the form of weapons. In this case, he gets a 3-sided nunchaku called Cerberus.
That is really cool, actually. I wish that was something that they incorporated in Bayonetta, actually, because you fought those cardinal virtues so many times that it would have been cool to have acquired something from Fortitudo or Temperatura.
Yeah, it's one of those things that I actually don't agree. I think it's Kamiya that decided that it was too corny to do that. And it's one of those things that I love about Devil May Cry, that they incorporated that concept. And it makes me sad they lost that in Bayonetta.
Well,
I think Bayonetta 2 kind of fixes it, but I haven't played it yet.
Well, I'm going to say no to that, but you can completely disagree to me when you get to Bayonetta 2.
Yeah. It's one of those things that I, to this day, still love Devil May Cry for. Oh, hi! Hi, new character!
Oh, hey!
Oh, that's a motorcycle.
I'm just gonna, act all flashy and cool and jump over it.
Exactly.
Because that's what I do, because I'm Dante. Shut up.
Shut up, I'm fucking Dante. Yeah, in case you guys couldn't tell, this is going to be a not safe for work Let's Play, people.
Oh no, absolutely not. I'm off the clock. I am unbounded right now. Unbound, unchained.
That's one of the things that I'm just going to do with these Let's Plays is I hold that rule for myself, not necessarily for my panel.
Well, I've already cursed several times, so
I'd just like to point out that she just launched a missile at him, and he surfed on it.
Yes, that was fabulous. I love how they both have the same colored eyes.
Actually, no, she...
oh, wait, one of them's a different color.
So, this is a unique character, and you're going to be so surprised at her name when I blow your mind with this. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Her name
Keeps getting better and better.
is Lady.
What? What? That doesn't work for me. Nah.
Actually, you know what? Once we get later on and you actually hear it, it'll work for you. Because,
wait a second. There are stylish points?
Yes.
Are you kidding me?
Because when you actually take down demons, you can chain them and eventually go from dope to cool to, and it goes from D, C, B, A, S, and then you can actually get stylish 2, stylish 3 kind of thing. And so at that point, I can actually get super amount of red orbs and be totally awesome.
Well, considering that there is a gay man part of this Let's Play, I am not satisfied with a D level stylish point. We gotta get that up, girl.
All right, we'll work on that.
Considering I'm not even playing the game, I'm just yeah, you got this.
Well, technically, we did get a Devil Hunter rank of B, so that helped out.
Okay, that's not bad.
All right, so we're gonna go into the next mission here. But yeah, that kind of sums up where we met.
Oh yeah, I was we were talking about something before and I completely forgot.
Right, sidetracking is what we do, so I'm okay with it. But yeah, that's how we met, and then we agreed to do a Let's Play together, and now you're watching that. And so it's one of those things. Also, guys, if you want to see more of this, let me know in the comments, because Brinton more than up for it. At least I'm thinking.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we can find games to literally just rip a new one or have fun with. kind of thing. It's one of those things that I kind of open that up, and I know that people love Brinton on the podcast. It's funny, for every naughty letter that I got about the raging bat boner, I got one that was positive about it.
Oh my gosh, really? Like, okay, before I get to that, because I have a big old grin on my face for this, which I am not ashamed about. Oh my gosh, because I've told so many people about what I said, and they're just like, I would expect nothing less from you.
Yeah.
But what? Okay, so naughty how?
Like, basically reprimanding you for doing that. Like, you degraded the character of Batman by doing that, and it was offensive to them as diehard Batman fans. That was the funniest thing. It was not like because you were being offensive. It was because you were being offensive to the legacy of Batman. I was just like, have you seen half the crap Batman's endured in the DC universe? I mean, he had to live through Superman and Big Barda doing a porno. Yeah, guys, that actually happened in the comics.
Oh my gosh. Well,
granted, they were under the influence of a supervillain at the time. But,
well, all I have to say to that is, haters gonna hate.
But then at that point, we had so many others going, well, it is Ben Affleck, and yeah, he did give me a raging bat boner too. Which is the funniest thing of the whole movie. Like, we had so many problems with it, but we all kind of came down to a consensus. Ben Affleck was one of the few things that brought it together. And which makes me feel bad, because, like, for a lot of us, we've been dissing him for a good year. That it's like, oh, no, don't make Daredevil play Batman. And he was the one thing that was good about that movie. Like, through and through. I can't even believe that.
It's just like, I just can't help myself because I'm just attracted to beefier guys. And Ben Affleck just kind of, like, fits that I don't want to say criteria, because, I mean, I have what I'm attracted to, but ultimately, if I were to date and marry a guy who is not like this tall man with like rippling muscles, I'm not going to be like upset by that, because ultimately looks will fade and personality is what's really, really going to catch my attention and keep me for a long time.
Yes.
But it's just ultimately what attracts my attention, hence almost crashing my car. And and so, I mean, that scene that we were talking about in the review where Aldo is like, we all know that Batman is agile and strong. We don't need that whole scene.
No.
But for some people, we do. And I was like, yeah, I was happy I got to see some shirtless Affleck.
Which is funny, because, like, we were all dissing him for the longest time, and basically saying he couldn't play Batman based off of Daredevil. I was not one of these people. I didn't think he was as horrible as people made him out to be in Daredevil. I thought he was fine. In fact, I still enjoy Daredevil for one reason, that's Colin Farrell as frickin' Bullseye. Because I cannot explain how much he hammed up that role. And I was completely fine with it. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out where I'm at.
Oh, it's all good.
I found it funny that, like, that's the one thing that people remember from our reviews, is not necessarily that we had problems with Zack Snyder. It wasn't that... To all the people who gave me such endless hate and rage over my Gal Gadot stuff, and the fact that I came out and said, she's okay. No, it's the raging bat boner that everybody remembers from it. So, I gotta say, first of all, thanks, Brinton, for deflecting all of that rage off of me.
That's our Brinton, folks!
Da-da-da! Oh, sorry. This is gonna be one of those Let's Plays, people. We're gonna have some fun.
Oh, I am already having so much fun. Well, I'm not ashamed. Like, what, like, literally, besides the Taylor Swift reference I just made, to all those who agree with me, I love you. To all those who felt like I'm disgracing the legend, like the legacy of Batman, shut up.
Look, I hate to break this to you people, but Batman has had plenty of things in his legacy that have tarnished it. I mean, after all, it's still canon that Batman hates rock and roll. So,
I'm not sorry. I've been sorry for so much in my life that this is just something I'm not going to be ashamed of.
I already know in the comments too, is people are actually going to go, what is Drac going to bring to this? I mean, you know, here's Brinton talking about relationship stuff and actually stepping aside to watch shirtless men, and he's a married man. I mean, what is he he has a boring life. Are you kidding me? Do you know the ADD moments I have in a day? I have a baby, for crying out loud. I'll figure out how to make this stuff juicy.
Ooh, actually, I don't think I've even mentioned this on my own channel, but my and it's been such a long time that I've been on the podcast just because of freaking school and preparing for my Final Fantasy XI Let's Play. But my sister...
Did you say 11?
Maybe 7.
I was gonna say, dude, you just stepped into a whole other territory, because that's MMO territory right there.
Oh, good lord. I may never... I've been told to play 7 and 10.
Yeah, I'd go there.
Okay, well, I'll eventually play 10. Maybe not, like, right away it's a Let's Play,
I'd tell
but...
you personally to play 9, too.
Okay.
But that's just because if you want to know the legacy that Final Fantasy has as a series, 9 is a really good way in a modern setting to be able to tell that.
I think you were talking about... I've been watching your Final Fantasy VI Let's Play, and I think you were talking about how much you really, really enjoyed number 9 as well, and I could just really hear the passion in your voice for it, and...
Which, depending on the response that I get, because, I mean, some Final Fantasy fans absolutely hate it, just because it's riddled with insert anime character here. And I get your argument, but for me, it was exactly what it needed to be. It brought me back to what I liked as a child, and has some really great themes for character development that I can't help but recommend to people.
Okay.
I mean, that's the other thing that I get crap for, is that I've made in the 6 Let's Play, I've made an official comparison to Terra, the main character, where she was technically the first ever female protagonist in a Final Fantasy game. Never had been done up until this point.
Oh, wow. That must have been big.
She's not a good one, in my opinion. And I would actually dare say that the protagonist in 13, Lightning, is better. And, well, you've heard my argument on this. She's a female Cloud Strife. So, but at that point, she's a stronger female character. Nothing against Terra. I just, when you get down to it, and you'll see later on in the Let's Play, because you're going to watch it all the way through, right?
Well, I mean, I have been.
Yeah, exactly. Terra becomes very, very wishy-washy near the end, and it's so sad.
Oh,
because
man.
she has such potential to be this awesome character, and it just kind of got wasted in the end. Again, here's another game I would recommend to you, and nobody is going to agree with, and I can already see the hate comments happening. 13.
13?
13, because if you want some good character development, 13 has it.
I love, like, games that really, really stand out to me are games with that character development. I like it could be really, really bad gameplay and subpar graphics and like maybe like a lackluster story, but if the characters are different from the start to the end and I can recognize those changes, then I'll play it again.
I mean, heaven forbid, characters evolving in a story?
What
you talking about, Brinton?
I don't know what I'm talking about.
I don't know either. Why am I talking in this voice now? I don't even know.
I don't know, because I can't make accents, so I'm just gonna like, dude, I don't know what you're doing.
This is gonna be one of those moments where Aldo is literally gonna reach out from the ether and smack me upside the head going, "You're being offensive again." Because I was doing the closest thing to a Gary Oldman, not Gary Oldman, Gary Coleman that I have. Funniest thing how a white guy can't really play a black guy. Yet a white woman can play a black woman, according to Tomb Raider. So, I figure that out. No, not Tomb Raider, Uncharted 4.
Wait, one of the black females is played by a white woman?
The original casting fell through. And so they actually had to sub in another actress, and the actress just so happened to be white.
Oh, interesting.
We actually covered this on yet another episode where, unfortunately, you were absent. So, there's one thing I need to clarify before we go into the next question, because this does come up a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. I said he was a member of the panel, people, not an active one. And the main reason is being, I'm not expecting him to show up like every stinking week or whatever, and heaven forbid, like, I can't even emphasize this enough. I'm not paying them! So, like, if I was paying them, then yeah, I would have an expectation, but I'm not. So that's actually another thing that we get is people like you, when are you coming back to the podcast?
Oh, man. Well, I have no idea when this is when this specific video is even going up on YouTube.
Hopefully in a couple of days, because I'm basically going to crash course edit this thing and get it up.
Well, okay. Well, in that case, I'm hoping soon. This Saturday, this like upcoming Saturday, I may be able this next upcoming Saturday. I still have no idea yet. The Saturday before Memorial Day, I'm going to be in California, so that Like I'm going to Harry Potter World, which I'm super excited about. Woo woo. So
should be.
so I would say more in June. Just to like
But again, people, he's not like oh crap! I just lost all my progress.
Yes, you did.
I will fix it really quick. But it's one of those things where I'm not holding him to the schedule. He's basically, I think the way that we actually work this out is like if one of us has to miss, then it's helpful to have somebody like Brinton who can step in, especially considering that Drag doesn't get much of a break when it comes to that show, because he's there, he's hosting all the time.
right.
And so it's not like I want to miss, but at the same time, it's great to have that spare panelist to be able to flesh out the panel. It's not to say that we don't have full-on 5-person panels. I mean, we did frickin' Batman v Superman.